So CI stands for define your topic in a sentence, expand it into a paragraph, give an example, and give an illustration. The most difficult part of this is the illustration because an illustration is an analogy. So let me show you some examples of analogies. Here's the first one. First of all, what an analogy is when you're comparing something new to something that's very different but that's already understood, and the two items are structurally similar. So even though they're very different, you can use the structure of the items to understand the new thing. So for example, the structure of an atom is like a solar system. The nucleus is the sun, and the electrons are the planets revolving around the sun. Here's a couple of other analogies, and I don't really like this first one, so I'm going to skip. Just as the sword is the weapon of a warrior, the pen is the weapon of a writer. And how a doctor diagnoses diseases is like how a detective investigates crimes. Just as a caterpillar comes out of its cocoon, so we must come out of our comfort zone. And then I love, you are as annoying as nails on a chalkboard. Okay, so those are all analogies. And so your job will be to create an analogy for your topic. So here's an example. So let's define Huntington's disease in a sentence. Huntington's disease is a single gene dominant degenerative neurological disorder that ultimately leads to massive involuntary muscle movements, cognitive and emotional problems, and eventually death. Here it is expanded into a paragraph, and I'm not going to read that to you. But basically, a paragraph is 3 to 5 additional sentences in addition to that first sentence that you wrote. An example is easy, so it's just an example, and you can make it up. You can say, Tom has Huntington's disease. He began having symptoms when he was in his 20s. He's now 32, and his symptoms have gotten worse. So you can make something up like that. You can also go to a website that's related to the disorder and get like a personal story. And then for the illustration, having Huntington's disease is like watching a friend's doomed relationship spiral down and dissolve. There's always hope. Some days are good days, other days are bad days, but it always ends in heartache and sadness. I've put another example, CI, in written form in this module. So review both of these. And then if you would like, we're always happy to review your both of your answers to your essay questions prior to the test to help you get this.